fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Question for you. If boom, a disaster happened today, are you prepared? What would you do? Where would you go? Well, since September is National Preparedness Month, I'm going to share some recommendations on how to get you prepared today because you never know what could happen tomorrow. 4 things to consider. 1, what is your shelter plan? In case of flood or tornado, or if you need to shelter in place, do you have a plan in place? 2, do you have an evacuation route to leave your house or your job in case something major goes down? 3, what is your communication plan? How would someone find you if you needed help or if you fell off the grid? And lastly, do you have a disaster supply kit ready to go? And these are items that will be in a duffel bag that's easy to grab as you're exiting during an emergency. I mean, they can be in your home or in your car. And I'll be the first to admit, I don't have an emergency preparedness kit, but after this show, I will definitely go make one. Here's what's recommended to go inside of that kit. Water, non-perishable food, a can opener to open the food, a battery-operated or hand-crank radio, that's a throwback, a flashlight, first aid kit, a whistle to signal for help, because we've all seen the Titanic. The list also includes a dust mask, duct tape, a wrencher tool, and local maps, because if your phone goes out, you cannot Google your location. I would personally throw in some pepper spray and maybe a pack of gum too. And there you have it. I hope this list was helpful to you. And these are just a few things to throw into your emergency kit. And we have an amazing show for you today, and I will see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
As the season starts to change, so should the quality of your lawn service and the things that you're doing. So with me in studio today, I have Justin, the lawn lover. Hi, Justin.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you're going to give us some tips and some tricks on how to take care of our lawn.
Yep.
First up, let me know about yourself. I mean, you started off loving lawns as a hobby, and then you transitioned and started to educate.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a job in college where I did landscaping and lawn care, and got out of college back in 2012 and started my real job, as I call it. And just since we bought our house, kind of just had a passion for trying to get the lawn looking good because it looked terrible when we first started. Had people stopping a lot, asking me what I did to the lawn, and my wife had recommended, hey, you should start a YouTube channel, maybe help some people out. So I did that in January of this year. And it's kind of just snowballed from there and taken off. So I love helping people with their lawns.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right now, with it being fall, this is an interesting time, right? Because the seasons, the leaves are changing, and people may assume that this is a time to not take care of the lawn and just say, okay, well, let winter happen. But you recommend against that.
Yeah, I would recommend against that. So you can take care of your lawn. You definitely don't want to start or stop doing it now. If you push on through, I usually go to the end of October, first part of November, when the ground starts to freeze and you get the snow falling. That's usually Mother Nature's sign to stop. But now is a crucial time to take care of your lawn in preparation for next season if you want it looking good next year.
Okay, so right now you start that preparation, start that harvest, if you will, so that it can bloom in the spring. So what are some tips that you can give our viewers on how to take care of their lawn right now? Yeah,
so right now I would say the biggest thing is the weather's cooler, so now is a perfect time to seed your lawn if you haven't put down any pre-emergent type products that are going to prevent your seed from germinating. So now trying to get it in before the first frost, I would recommend doing it as soon as possible. Give it time to germinate so the frost doesn't kill it. And other than that, just kind of getting that seed in, sticking with your normal fertilization schedule. Now's the time where you can use fertilizers that are higher in nitrogen. I like to even use starter fertilizers during this time that have equal parts of each, the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So it's really going to allow your grass and the roots to hold those nutrients for next spring and really allow it to take off in the springtime.
Okay. And so are people still needing to cut their grass at the same consistency? Because I'll just say, my parents, they love being in the yard. Like they give that yard so much care, and I know that's people's favorite activity. So should they stop?
I do. I love to mow too.
Yeah.
So I will say when it gets cooler, you do cut your frequency back. I know in the springtime months I'm mowing 3 times a week or so.
Yeah.
And at this time of year, it just depends on if you're overseeding and putting a lot of fertilizer on the grass and watering more, you're probably going to have to keep mowing more like you were. But for people who aren't seeding, if you're just trying to combat weeds and stuff in preparation for next spring, definitely the mowing frequency is going to be cut back and you're not going to have to mow as much. I would recommend, I typically mow around 3 to 3.5 inches on my yard, and in the fall time when things start to slow down, I do cut it down a little lower just for that last cut of the year to make sure we don't have any problems over the winter in relation to like snow mold or disease when you come out of winter into the spring. It's really going to help you in the spring with less issues in your lawn.
Okay, that sounds great. And as far as planting flowers, perhaps, that's really nice for the spring.
Yeah.
So around what time of year should people start that process?
Yeah, so when I did landscaping and stuff, we did a lot of planting in the fall time. Just you want to get it in before the ground freezes, obviously, but now would be a perfect time to plant shrubs and stuff in preparation. Get them at least rooted before wintertime sets in, and then get them to take off in the spring as well, so you can kind of cut that time that you have to do that in the spring, and it'll come up looking nicer in the springtime.
Nice. And out of all of the videos that you've posted so far with your tips and tricks, what has been the most popular?
I did a video about a month or so ago about getting rid of Creeping Charlie in your lawn. So it sounds like Creeping Charlie's a ground ivy. It's basically a weed that grows underneath the ground. So it's kind of hard to get rid of. So the roots will grow underneath the ground. And I did a video on that, on how to eradicate it. And it's really taken off on YouTube. And a lot of people are having success with the product I use. So it's stuff like that I enjoy helping people, just knowing that they can pick up something free and easy off YouTube and use it, apply it to their own lawns, and take care of things without having to pay a lot of money for somebody to come do it for them.
Exactly. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Justin, for coming in and sharing your tips and tricks with us. And if you want to learn more about him and his videos, we'll be sure to include the YouTube link below. We'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. You're watching Living Local 15.
If you're wondering what's happening around town, well, I have the event lineup for you. On Friday, see some great improv comedy for a great cause. The Literacy Alliance is bringing the funny to raise some money at the Labs for Literacy, taking place at 7 p.m. at the Embassy Theater. Enjoy comedy from Chicago's famous Second City Comedy Troupe. Tickets are $35 and are available at literacyalliance.org. The Fort for Fitness Fall Festival is also taking place this weekend. Friday features Pack Up, Pick Up for race participants and the expo. The Kids and Seniors Marathon Final Mile takes place at 6:30 p.m. on Friday. Saturday's race includes the half marathon, 10K walk and run, and 4-mile walk and run. Registration is still open at fortforfitness.org. If you're looking for a fun activity with the kids, the Wayne-Dale Community Improvement Team is putting on the Treats and Tales Festival from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Southwest Conservation Club. The event includes a trunk or treat walk through a scenic trail. There will be children's games and informational activities, plus live music, emergency vehicles on display, and food trucks. On Saturday, hit up the Clyde Theater for 16 Candles, the ultimate 80s dance party. This national touring band travels the country bringing 80s music back to life with a memorable concert, and you can experience a full era of top tracks. That sounds fun. Tickets are $15 and are available at ClydeTheater.com. Doors open at 7 and the show starts at 8. The Keenert Dairy Farms Fall Festival continues for the 10th year, featuring a giant corn maze, cows, a Big Kid Ninja Warrior course, and more. The Fall Festival is open from 6 to 10 p.m. Friday, 10 to 10 on Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. Admission is $10 per person. Children under 2 are free.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on Wane.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15.
More than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. So today we're going to learn more about this disease. With me, I have Abby, who is the coordinator of Walk to End Alzheimer's, and Patty, who is a volunteer. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So this topic in particular is very near and dear to my heart because my grandmother had Alzheimer's and passed away when I was young. I was around 12 years old. And so I saw the impact of seeing someone suffer from this disease and the impact that it had on my family. And so for those who don't know, please share, what is Alzheimer's?
I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, first of all, but Alzheimer's is a brain disease. It's a degenerative disease. It creates plaque and tangles in the brain, and it blocks pathways so that it makes it hard to remember things, to make decisions. It only gets worse, but it's always good to have an early diagnosis because there are things that you can do to keep people social and keep people active that will keep them themselves longer. Mm-hmm. But it does have a big effect on the family. It's not just the person that has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to watch, and the hardest thing too is that there's no cure. There's no cure.
There's no cure. This year, though, I can say, I used to say no treatment, no prevention, no cure. Now I can say there is a treatment. We have one treatment with many more in the pipeline. Mm-hmm. So there is hope for this disease, and the money that we raise provides research funds to help people and find that cure. We have to find a cure, and it's out there.
Yes, absolutely. And through the upcoming event, which is Walk to End Alzheimer's, that is, your event is one of the largest fundraisers for Alzheimer's in the country, and one of the biggest walks in Indiana, correct?
Yes, we're the second largest walk in Indiana, mm-hmm. behind Indianapolis. We have 12 walks in the state. We raise around $2 million in the state of Indiana, so mm-hmm. that's quite large. All the money that we raise, though, provides funding for our programs, our services, our support groups, our 1-800 number, research, and that makes it so that every program that we offer is free. So that's one less people that families dealing with Alzheimer's, one less thing they have to worry about, is paying for something, paying for help.
Yes, yes. And Patty, you are a volunteer. Please share with me, what made you get involved with this organization?
I got involved because my grandmother also passed from Alzheimer's, and then my mother passed 5 years ago from Alzheimer's. And I learned about the association by attending a support group. I know a support group sometimes has that name that people try to avoid, but my sister and I attended the first time, and we just kept attending because it was so helpful. Yeah. It's amazing. Everybody has the same problems, and it's just great just to discuss them and that. So I got involved with that, and then learned about the walk, and I've been volunteering for the walk now for the last 5 years.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That is so awesome. And one thing I love is that those who want to participate in the walk, there's no entry fee. It's free to attend, free to walk, and it's just about raising that support and money behind their name.
Yes, it's free to register. There's no requirement of how much you have to raise. You don't have to raise any money if you don't want to, although we would like you to.
Yeah.
But, you know, anybody can come. Awareness is just as important as the funds raised. This is a disease that people just don't tend to talk about. But when you mention it, everybody knows somebody that's
Right.
dealing with Alzheimer's. So it's so important to get the awareness out. And yeah, it's free to come to the walk.
Yes, yes. And you have the flowers from the walk. So please share with me what the different flowers represent.
So everybody that comes to the walk gets one of these flowers, and they're a cool spinny flower.
Yes.
Everybody loves them. But if you have Alzheimer's, you have a blue flower. You care about the cause. You get an orange one. A yellow one is a caregiver, and a purple one means that you've lost somebody. And unfortunately, you're going to see probably more purple flowers than anything else. But we are one of the unusual walks in that we have a lot of people with Alzheimer's attend our walk, which I think says a lot about our community.
Yeah.
I think it says that we support people and we understand, and it's okay to come out, and it's a good thing,
Yeah.
you know, to come out and make it known. So it's just a fun day. You know, everybody says, oh, the walk is probably, you know, so depressing. It is an awesome day.
Yeah.
We come out, we have fun, there's music, there's entertainment. All the families that haven't seen each other for a year get to see each other, and you know, it might be somebody you met in a support group. It's just a fun day to celebrate the ones that maybe you've lost or the ones that you're supporting now.
Yeah, that's so great. I mean, it sounds just like a fun community opportunity just to lean on each other and say, we're all in this together.
Yes.
And people can volunteer, people can donate, people can sign up. Where should they go?
Yes, they can go to alz.org/Fort Wayne to do any of the above. Any of those things you can do on our website. It's very easy.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for joining me today.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com. You're watching Living Local 15.
Look at that. When Beth Allen has a drill in her hands, I tell you right now. All right, Scott Moak here. Thanks for joining us, Beth. Best reviews time, and you're already drilling things. I love it.
I'm happy to be here. The drill is the most important tool in my toolbox. It's my favorite tool of all time.
That's a big statement coming from a DIY expert like you.
I'm telling you, there's so many things that you can do with this.
All right.
Now, obviously, we can drill holes, we can drive screws, but there are other things that we can do that will save us time, money, and stress.
I love it. Let's hear it. And I see you already got the brush loaded in there.
I do. I have the brush loaded. So what I have here is a standard drill. This is the DeWalt 20 volt. This is the #1 drill on thebestreviews.com.
Okay.
So we love this drill. This other one, this is our Black & Decker, and this is our best bang for the buck. But what I love, doesn't matter what drill you have, is that you can put an attachment on here and you turn it into a cleaning tool. How awesome is that?
Let's do it.
I have fibromyalgia, so a lot of scrubbing is really difficult to do. But you put this, you can clean your shower, you can clean your grout. How about the pool deck? How about the front steps, you know, where the cement has gotten discolored? You pop that on there, and you can just get right to cleaning.
Hey.
Super easy.
You're giving people, significant others, a checklist of what they're going to clean next.
Yes,
I love it.
but
I
don't
love
give it as a women's holiday gift.
Not
No,
at
we
all.
don't
Never
want this
that.
as a
All right,
gift.
what other tools can we put in?
Next up is the garden auger. How awesome is this that you can actually get your plants planted neatly, evenly, and consistently for all of those annuals and for all of those bulbs for the spring.
It's good. You don't need the trowel. You just take your drill out back.
Yep, you just pop it onto your drill and there you go. And you can drill those holes.
All right.
Super easy to get that done. Now, when it comes to paint, I say stirred, not shaken.
Of course. Yes.
Okay. When you buy paint at the store, they shake it in the big machine.
That's right.
So it's all properly mixed and the pigmentation is set.
For sure.
But you bring it home, it sits for a day, a week, 6 months later, you try to
Or
do
longer, sorry.
Yeah, you know, before you get around to it. And then the colors separate. You get out the big paint stirrer and it's not right. Put this on your drill and you're gonna fully mix all of the pigments so that your paint is the color you intended it
That's
to
really
be.
good.
It's super easy. Now, the other tool, which is so easy, is that you can sharpen your tools with your drill. You want to
really?
be the sharpest tool in the shed,
Well,
right?
I've wanted to for a long time, but sadly I don't think it's possible. But there's actually a tool you can use to do
Yes,
that.
it's a pumice stone that you put on the end of your drill, and you can sharpen scissors, chisels, your garden tools. I've even done my mower blades.
Oh my goodness, who knew the drill was so versatile?
Yeah.
You did.
I did.
I'll tell you. Where can people go for more information? What if they're shopping for a drill and they want to know, you know, what they need? Where do they look?
Go to bestreviews.com. We've done the work for you, and we have made your buying process simpler, and you can choose, again, our top and our best bang for the buck.
Beth Allen, great work with
Thank
the
you.
drill. Oh my goodness.
This segment is brought to you by Best Reviews, which is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on our website, Wane.com. Well, that's our show for you today. We hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, laugh a little, dance a little, smile a little, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you here tomorrow.